and welcome to Yam Yam F1. Here we are after the Spanish Grand Prix, where we had racing, we had
crashes.
And
no, we didn't have crashes.
Did we? At the start, poor Lando.
Oh, poor Lando.
And we had overtakes.
We had overtakes, but the biggest surprise of all, Verstappen won. So what we're going to start off with first is the, I would say, new track layout, but the original track layout. Yeah. What do you think of that?
I absolutely loved it.
Oh, I'm so happy it's back.
It's brilliant. Like, genuinely, I actually like the Spanish Grand Prix all up until the third sector.
Yeah. I think the third sector just ruins it.
I've always liked the track up until the third sector. Yeah. Third sector's not so bad, but for that chicane. Yeah. So the fact that they've bypassed it and gone back to the old layout, I thought it's absolutely brilliant.
I mean, it was originally built there in 2007 to promote overtaking. And I'm not being funny, but I cannot remember one overtake at that corner. No. Unless if you had an unfortunate spin there. I cannot, like, one doesn't spring to mind.
I think a lot of it at the time as well, they were worried about danger, weren't they?
Yeah.
Because of the boundary of the circuit, they were worried about someone going off on turn 12. Yeah. And there isn't a lot of runoff. There's not a lot of space. However, Nicholas Latifi doesn't race in F1 anymore, so they decided that
they decided to revert it back this year.
But yeah, I think the race in general, the race in the overtaking was absolutely drastically improved. Yeah. By the fact that you had a good run round onto the straight.
Yeah, definitely.
A nice run.
You know, you had
down the pit straight.
Yeah, you had a good run down the pit straight. Obviously, higher speed. Did they shorten the DRS this year for it? I'd imagine.
They did.
Didn't they?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything of them shortening it.
No, that's probably something for next year. Then that they're probably going to do because they seem to just shorten DRS zones by a good few meters every year.
Yeah, and it's very much a debate. You and Martin Brundle talking about it all the time about DRS is really to get you up alongside. You've got to do the overtake yourself. Yeah. You know, that's the real sort of driver's bit. But obviously, DRS, especially when you're a Red Bull driver, helps you absolutely breeze past before you even got to the first garage. Yeah. So
no problems whatsoever.
So there's been very much a shortening in a lot of tracks of the DRS. Yeah. I don't think they did anything to it, but I have to say, in the first corner, there was a lot of close calls, people going around the outside, and you're thinking, oh, is he going to clip the back of him? And he just got round. I think Russell did it once. Yeah. Hamilton did it on Sainz, and you're like, oh, that's a bit tight. That's a bit close because it closes
bit
up,
scary.
Coming up to that second corner. Yeah. But yeah, I loved it. Really liked the track layout. I think someone who actually didn't really benefit from the track layout somewhat, a certain gentleman called Charles Leclerc. He qualified P19. He was moaning about problems with the car. I think he had to have had some problems with the car. Yeah. I mean, Sainz qualified second. Yeah. And he qualified second last.
I mean, Ferrari apparently replaced the back end of the car after qualifying, hence why you started from the pit lane. If you're going to start from the 19th, you might as well just start from the pit lane, make a few changes to the car. You've got nothing to lose, really. You might as well take that advantage and just do it. But it just still didn't really work the next day.
No, I mean...
You would have thought at least he'd get in the points.
He finished 11th in the end, did he?
Something like that, yeah.
Outside the points. Yeah. And it was a bit of a nothing afternoon. For
yeah, bit of a wasteful afternoon, really, wasn't it? He still got paid a few million for it, but wasteful afternoon.
I'm sure it wasn't wasteful financially.
Oh, no.
But yeah, in terms of points, in terms of competitiveness, he wasn't really there, which was a real shame. And also, I have to say, I don't think it was just down to Charles Leclerc. If you look at Sainz throughout the weekend, I mean, he qualified second.
Yeah, he was an absolute stonker.
The best he could have possibly hoped for. Yeah. The conditions in quali were brilliant because the track kept getting better and better.
Just kept improving as the time went on.
And he just so happened to get that lap in. I don't really think that was a P2 car.
No, definitely not. No way.
He fell behind so quickly. Yeah. So quickly. And then it eventually got passed by Perez as well, who started 11th or 12th.
If you take Perez out of the equation, he qualified where he qualified, I reckon the Mercedes would have been up there. Maybe even the Aston Martins, obviously. You couldn't really rule them out. If you're going to put anyone in second place, it's not going to be Carlos Sainz.
We were hoping for a rainy Grand Prix. Well, I was hoping for a rainy Grand Prix.
Yeah, I was.
And I was hoping Carlos Sainz would go like full Patriot, go for it into turn 1.
Yeah.
Soft tyres versus Verstappen's mediums. Red Bull being Red Bull said, absolutely not. We're going to win this race like we have with everyone, like we're going to do with every other one. And zoomed off into turn 1, and that was about the end for Carlos Sainz.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunate really his home race, but he can't be too disheartened qualifying P2. That was a good result for him.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he got P5 in the end.
Better than what Alonso got, really.
Yeah.
You know, his home race,
if you look at
when he had high expectations.
And his competitors really are Aston Martin. They are Mercedes as well, but they are Aston Martin as well. He's beat both Astons. Yeah. So, in that respect, he hasn't got too much to
No. Solid weekend, really.
Yeah.
Solid. Can't moan.
One team I thought actually were in for another solid weekend after getting double points last week was McLaren.
Yeah.
Lando Norris.
Oh
my God.
I was gutted.
Been forever.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot that Lando Norris even got a pole position and almost won a race in Sochi.
I completely forgot about Lando Norris.
I forgot they even had a
and
race in Sochi.
Love Lando Norris.
We absolutely love Lando. And we're like, oh my God, he's still in F1.
Yeah. Like, where have you been, mate?
He's back. Lovely. Fortunately for him, wasn't to be.
Yeah, it was short-lived.
His front wing, unfortunately, decided to go smack into the back of Hamilton. And that was the end of that for Lando.
Yeah.
That was it.
Unfortunate, but it was just a racing incident, wasn't it? First corner incident.
It was. I think. I don't know if it was Verstappen slowed down. I think he was probably clear by then. But Sainz slowed down somewhat.
Yeah.
Hamilton slowed down to not go into the back of Sainz.
Yeah. He was just avoiding.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it was just avoiding action, weren't it? Like.
Yeah. And I really
can
thought he probably would have got points.
Oh, $1,000,000%. Yeah.
He almost definitely would have got points.
He would have been 8th, 9th, 10th.
Yeah.
Maybe even higher, who knows?
Maybe
we don't know.
Higher.
The race pace might have been brilliant if he stayed where he did.
Exactly. But yeah, unfortunately for him, that was the end of his race at turn 2.
Absolutely, like gutting.
Yeah.
Absolutely gutting.
Yeah, so it was absolute distraught for Lando Norris.
Yeah. But then, Alpine, you know, they got some decent points again this weekend. They capitalised on it again and have outshone McLaren this weekend. Now next weekend, well, next race, should I say, is it going to be the other way around again? Who knows?
Yeah, there seems to be this sort of perennial battle between McLaren and Alpine at the moment.
Yeah.
I do think, just like last season, Alpine will prove to be just that bit too strong.
Yeah.
I just don't think McLaren have got a good hold of the new regs.
No.
They don't seem to have been able to create a car that can really sort of push the top like they were 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So 4 years ago.
I do think with each race going on now, though, what you've seen, it's like what we said before. You have McLaren in the points.
Yeah.
Alpine have gone to hell. The weekend after, it's been the opposite way around. But what Alpine have been doing that McLaren haven't is grabbing more points than McLaren when they've been getting into the points.
At the end of the day, it's a points game, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like, they've consistently picked up the odd point here and there. 2 points here and there. Ocon got a podium at Monaco. Fantastic.
Good, solid 15 points
that's
right
all
there.
they can hope for. They can think, well, McLaren aren't going to get that for 5 races.
Yeah.
If it takes them 5 races to collect those 15 points, then we've done a decent job, haven't we?
Exactly, yeah. It's a good jump start.
So that was massive for Alpine. That was. But a decent weekend. It was double points again, wasn't it, for Alpine this week? Yeah,
another double points, Ocon outshining Gasly. But I don't think we can moan too much. They can moan too much about the result, whichever way round it was. 5 points from both drivers. All in what McLaren got.
One driver that we didn't expect in the points, considering his teammate Bottas was 19th. Guan Yu Zhou.
Yeah, solid weekend.
2 points, 9th place finish.
Solid weekend.
Great, isn't it?
And in that fight with AlphaTauri in the championship, a couple of points.
Brilliant. And you did see it a lot of the time into turn 1, 2 and 3. He was fighting with Tsunoda, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was fighting with, I think he was fighting with De Vries for a little bit. He was fighting with the AlphaTauris anyway.
Yeah.
Clearly he seemed to have held his nerve and he got the better of them.
Yeah.
Both AlphaTauris didn't finish in the points. And that, like you say, is a great jump for them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I do think if Guan Yu Zhou was in a better car than what he is in now, I reckon he could actually be like a regular point scorer. I actually do believe that.
I want to say he's a relatively underrated driver.
Yeah.
I'm taking a risk in saying that because he hasn't really shone enough to suggest that he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
However, to say everyone said, oh, he's just another one of these pay drivers, he's only in because he's Chinese and they want a big fan base. Well, actually, he's mixing it with everyone and he's scoring points.
Yeah.
And let's face it, the Alfa Romeo isn't a good car.
No, it's a pile of dog, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a pile of dog.
Pile of dogs.
Pile of dogs.
It's just that little bit better than AlphaTauri, isn't it?
Yeah. Just that little bit better.
Which isn't a lot to say, to be honest.
Yeah.
Next up, I have to say, disappointing from Aston Martin.
Yes.
Everyone was saying
High expectations.
33, it's going to be his 33rd win. Alonso's going to win the race. Spanish Grand Prix. Fairy tale.
Yeah. And we was all praying for it.
And it couldn't have been any different.
No, it was a complete...
terrible quality.
It was a complete opposite.
Average race, really. I think this was the first weekend, or the first Saturday and Sunday at least, that Stroll actually outshone Alonso.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
It started the weekend off. Did you see that that graphic where
Alonso was literally fastest in every single sector.
It showed the layout of the track. It was white if Stroll was faster.
It was green if it was Alonso.
The whole track was green.
Yeah.
Alonso was faster everywhere. Yeah. And we're like, well, yeah.
Come on.
We expected that anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, come Saturday, Stroll out-qualified him.
Yeah.
Sunday, Stroll beat him. He was in front of him.
Solid.
Yeah.
Absolutely solid.
I don't know whether Alonso sort of settled for where he was and said for the team, you know, because Stroll's dad is paying my wages. I might just let him finish in front of me for now.
And we know there's an end game with Fernando Alonso and Aston Martin, and Fernando knows that as well.
Yeah.
So it's just about, instead of being his normal self, what we've seen in the past, wanting everything now. Just biding his time. Even though he hasn't got a lot of time.
He hasn't proved to be as selfish.
Yeah, he hasn't got a lot of time left in F1.
He's mellowed a little bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, he hasn't got a lot of time left, and he knows that. But I think with the time he has got, he's just trying to make it perfect.
Next up,
Mercedes!
So, as you can tell,
No, start again.
Joe is wonderfully happy about the double podium for Mercedes. I am too, absolutely.
I mean, if you think about it, before you say anything, we don't class Verstappen in the races anymore because he's that far ahead.
So technically speaking, Mercedes got a 1-2.
I'd take it as a 1-2. It's that good of a result.
Count the bottom 19 and don't count the one that finished at the top.
Yeah, yeah. Don't count those two.
Yeah.
But absolutely solid weekend, and considering where both Lewis and George qualified as well.
Yeah.
Very solid race, especially from George as well, qualifying like 12th. Yeah. And then getting third. Amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Gasly messed up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I say he messed up. He messed up twice. And after that, you can't really call it a mess up, can you? He's just taking the mick of it. He got a 6th place grid penalty. So Hamilton was bumped up to 4th. But Hamilton was dominant.
Yeah.
Absolutely
he was solid. Absolutely solid. We now see the benefits of the new car. And the thing is, there's yet more to come. There's more to come. This is a good start. This is a good canvas
a really
to build upon.
Base to build upon. Yeah, I was worried.
Yeah, I was scared.
I was in practice, and I think was it practice 2, and he was 20th.
Yeah.
I don't know if he finished 20th in the end, but he was 20th for like a good amount of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, have they gone backwards? They've put side pods on finally, and they've gone backwards.
I think like 80% of us for like the last couple of weeks, like even before Monaco, we were thinking this is either going to go one or two ways. This is either going to go forwards or right down to the back. And I'll admit, at the start of this weekend, I was starting to think maybe it has gone backwards, and I'm really, really worried about this now. But from the race results, you can clearly show that they've got a good race pace. They can clearly show that. Flawless. It's brilliant. I just loved it. Yeah, absolutely flawless.
But honestly, genuinely, I thought, well, hang on a second. Why would they? Like, the best they were was the same as what they already are.
Yeah.
When they were practicing, and I thought, well, why would they change the whole system and have like half a car essentially, half the effort put into the car to be exactly where they are now? Yep. They obviously realised they were going into a one-way street.
Yeah, exactly what Toto said about it.
And they needed to develop, and both Hamilton and then Russell, who was absolutely flying.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Even if he did think it was raining.
Perez.
Yeah.
He started 12th, Perez started 11th.
Yeah.
And he beat Perez.
Yeah.
And
smashed Perez?
Part of it was
a Red Bull smashed.
Yeah.
Wrong way around. Mercedes smashed the Red Bull.
Which I'll take that
as a win. No, I'll take that as a win, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was absolutely brilliant to see.
Yeah.
Absolutely lovely.
I'm relieved, to be honest, and I'm looking forward to what else they're going to bring to this car this year. You know, especially like after the summer break, is the car going to be even better than what it is now?
I mean, they always do an update for Silverstone.
Well, yeah.
So that's exciting.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
And I always think, oh, maybe they're not going to do it this year, but they've given us that little glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's always going to be a tiny.
Might they win a race? Might they win a couple of races this year? Come on.
There's only going to be. There's always going to be like that little bit of doubt in the back of our heads, like there was this weekend. But thankfully, it did prove the doubt in my head wrong. Yeah. So I'm buzzing. Yeah. I'm absolutely. So happy. I'm so happy. I could cry. I'm that happy.
And going right there up to the top of the standings for the weekend, we inevitably
end of the show.
End the show by saying yes,
Max won.
Max won again.
Solid weekend. What more can you say? What more can you say? Yeah, fair play again.
Yeah, he was on slower tyres. He got off really well. He left Sainz in his dust.
Yeah.
They were faffing around in like Lewis and Norris bumping into each other, and he was like, "Well, you argue amongst yourselves. I'm just gonna go off and win it." Like about lap 3, he was 3.5 seconds in front, and we were all sort of like, "Second, anyone?"
it made me laugh what Martin Brundle said. He said he's probably just reading the paper, and I was like, "Yeah, he probably is." Yeah. He's playing a game on his steering wheel, isn't he? Yeah. Playing Tetris.
Yeah, just put Snake on his little screen. Or Frogger.
Frogger?
Did you remember that game?
No.
You had to cross the road with a little frog?
No.
Oh, never mind. Anyway, he was playing a retro arcade game on his steering wheel, and he still won the race by a considerable margin.
Yeah.
So yeah, really strong weekend again from Red Bull.
Very strong.
Come from 11th, finished 4th.
Yeah.
Just outside the podium, and I think that rounds it up. What was a very decent race, a very decent weekend for the Spanish Grand Prix, and I very much enjoyed watching it. Massive
improvement from the last couple of races.
Definitely,
it was good.
Lovely to see some overtakes, especially when you've been having to watch Monaco. However, we
didn't watch Monaco. We've made that clear.
I think there were 4 overtakes this year at least.
Yeah.
But, it was a good race.
Yeah. Absolutely smashing.
So that rounds it up. Thank you very much for watching. We've been Yummy Nice One. Try a bit.